Said, you know why you failed? Because you used your own money. I'm making money all because of little old Brian. If you're not in Broker Solution Academy, you need to get in there immediately. It's a life-changing experience.
So what's going on? What's going on in Detroit, Michigan today?
Man, it's just cold right now. You know, it's another day and cold. This is my favorite time of the year though, because I get to put some clothes on. I don't have to have cutoffs like you. We can get dressed.
I usually got my whole suit on. I apologize. It's a crazy Monday today, man. It's a crazy Monday today.
Man, I learned Mondays from you.
You learn Mondays from me.
The most busiest. It's the busiest day for people in our profession. Monday is the busiest day, and you told me that a long time ago, and I took it and I ran with it, and I am a witness that it is.
Everybody spends all their money, and especially during Christmas seasons, everybody's trying to get all the money so they can buy all this cheap plastic from China. So
right.
But anyway, let's start from the beginning, Mr. Banks. Tell us a little about yourself, and how did we even meet? So let's start off telling us briefly about yourself, what exactly you do, and then how did we meet? How did we start working together?
Man, it was so long ago, but I'll never forget. I don't remember exactly how we got on the phone, but the day that we did get on the phone, you really kind of opened my eyes up to a whole lot of stuff that I was trying to do. I was actually trying to open up a business, and I probably had a couple businesses that failed, prior to. And when I got with you, you told me, you said, you know why you failed? Because you used your own money. And I said, what do you mean? I used my own money. And you figured out a way. You showed me how to not use my own money. And you showed me how not to have to use my own money to start my business, plus able to leverage the bank's money.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, one thing that is interesting about Mr. Banks, because of course I got you in as a client. I think I got your dad funded, and I think you also started sending me some clients as well. And you took this message. And even, one of the things that you are right now, you're one of my students at Broker Solutions Academy, and you took this message, what I did for you, credit consulting, and you turned it into a consulting service that you offer your clients now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, it's a consulting service / mentorship, right? So I figured, man, all this knowledge and me, being able to get people funded, I figured out a way to say, you know what, let me figure out a way to capitalize on it and to just expand on. Hold on one second. I should have been on do not disturb.
No problem.
We got calls coming in, but we don't care about those calls right now because we're doing something more important. My mentorship right now is crazy, man. I got so many clients, and I just had to figure out a way to streamline it and to make it where I could help even more people. I already knew how to get individuals funded, but I took it to another level and I said, you know what? People need more one-on-one time with me because that's what you did for me. You didn't charge me for it, but I think it wouldn't have been no amount that I wouldn't have paid to have a one-on-one with you. So I looked at the stuff like, what didn't I get from Brian that I could offer other people? And that was this mentorship, and it's really blowing up right now.
So to make it make sense, because basically the service that I offer, we do consulting services, funding services. I charge a success fee. And then with my credit consulting services, I charge a fixed fee. What Mr. Damon has done is he basically charges a flat coaching fee, a consulting fee, and you help your clients with whatever they need, from fixing their credit to starting the business. You help them with the funding, pretty much all in one is basically what you're doing, right?
Yep. And when they graduate from there, they'll be able to run a business like they would in Broker Solutions Academy.
Okay. Very, very cool approach that you've taken. I don't think I've even thought about it until you explained it to me. And I was like, wow, that's completely different. So there's different ways of basically how to tackle this. But going back to our experience together, tell a little bit about experience working with us from the beginning, because you also have some background in the mortgage industry as well, right?
Oh yeah. I started in mortgage. I think it was during the time of the mortgage meltdown. After the mortgage meltdown, I think that was 2008.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I think after that is when we, finally connected and I was able to rebuild. But that's exactly how I got started. I was one of the people that was, in that meltdown where I lost my home, and I had to figure out a better way. I was working a job, and it just wasn't working out. The ends wasn't meeting. I never wanted to be in a position where it was up to somebody else to determine my future. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
once I was able to just how come I can't be an entrepreneur? How come I can't be a business owner? And I found out what when I found out what make businesses fail.
Mhm.
That's when I said, you know what? I'm no longer gonna wait to start making money in the business in order to be successful in the business. I said I'm gonna have the capital behind me first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attack it.
Really good point that you're making there. Well, you said once you find out why businesses fail, what was the main reason in your research why most of these businesses were failing?
Money. We didn't have the capital, man. We just didn't. We didn't. And it's not having the capital; it's having access to the capital. That's the
Correct.
biggest thing. Yeah, it's just
Correct.
having access. And I tell everybody, it's not about having money. It's okay. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to have money, but I think it's even better to have access to money. You know,
Mhm.
and that's the
The
key.
crazy thing about it, and as it pertains to that particular topic, we hear all the time, even politicians say that small business are the backbone of the American economy. And we hear all of this all the time. And we hear statistically, as you know, statistically, most businesses fail. And the number one reason is due to lack of capital. And once we met, I don't know if you remember, but I exposed you to so many different funding options because there is so much money out there. There should be no reason why this business should be failing if they can just get some what I consider creative financing. Somebody that really understands what's going on out there and kind of just walk them through the path that, helps them reach their goal. So what was your, I guess, what did you find insightful? And especially during the time that you're getting into the industry, you're trying to get into this in 2008, where the market is crashing and everything is falling down. What did you find insightful about our process, what we did, and why getting into the funding industry in 2008 when everything is kind of going down?
Man, that's good. I'm glad that you brought that up. Only because what I found that was different. Anybody can go and throw something at the wall and see if it'll stick. But you taught us how to have a process, right? So I could go and apply for certain loans and I never understood. I mean, I had a decent credit score. How come I was getting denied? I didn't have a map. I didn't have a plan. I didn't. The thing that you brought to me was, hey, and I'll tell anybody this today, and I've never heard nobody else say this. This is why I say that Brian is the game changer, and he's true to the game. The first time I ever heard that it was only so many underwriters in the world, that was the key for everything in funding for me. When I found that out, that changed my life. Like why I was getting denied is because I was going to the same underwriter. I was going to, let's say I was going to Bank of America, and then I was bumping heads with the same people that underwrite for Bank of America. That's why I was getting denied. When Brian came into my life and he showed me, hey, if you go here, you have a map and you have a source on where you're going. And then he showed me how, what different people put different credit bureaus. When I had that map, that's what changed the entire game. That was the game changer for me.
And what he's referring to, so everybody can know what he's talking about, majority of people start doing this credit card stacking thing because it's very popular right now. You see it on YouTube, everybody's talking about credit card stacking. But there's thousands of banks out there, but only a handful of underwriting companies. And when you are here just submitting applications and not being strategic with it, you're going to get denied, and they call it credit phishing because they see that you over here trying to put your hands into too many buckets and not strategically approaching it. And what we offer is we offer a database that tells you pretty much everything you need to know about these underwriters, what inquiry they're pulling from, and also who uses them as an underwriter. Because there's, again, thousands and thousands of lenders, but only a handful of underwriters. So I'm glad that you appreciated that. Now, talk to me a little bit about what type of, what do you think, especially right now, I tried to, when I executed Pantech Consulting Group, I was trying to focus on one-stop shop for all your funding needs. And I was trying to consult the business owners. It used to be before, back in the day, where there was this banking relationship that you had with your banker. And your banker was, they would look to, to help businesses get the funding that they need, and they understood these businesses. We'll move into this day and age with a bunch of computers, and computers are making a decision. And lenders, especially bankers, I should say, there's no more of this one-on-one relationship that they have with the most business owners. And most business owners are caught in this situation where when they need funding, they go online, fill out some kind of application out there. Then next thing you know, they're bombarded with phone calls with a bunch of merchant cash advance lenders. They don't really understand them and try to shove a specific product down their throat. So I say all of this to say, what do you think are the responsibilities of a good business loan broker?
I mean, I don't. The responsibility, it should be to your responsibility is get your clients funded, and that doesn't happen in the industry as much as people think it does, because if you have, I mean, these guys are not, what I found out in the industry, and just by being around the truth and being exposed to the truth, is that these guys are just referring me to other brokers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being referred all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing that helped me and make me understand was, hey, how come I'm being handed to so many different places? I needed somebody to just show me exactly what bank I need to go to. Just put a map in front of me. You know what I mean? And then, just make it. No, you know what? I'll sum it all up with being just simplicity. This the banking industry is already complex enough. Simplicity being genius is it just takes all the guesswork away. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If that answered your question, I don't know. I probably was all over the place. All I know is that if you make it simple, you put out a funding map, you put the map in front of a person and you make it simple, then all the guesswork is taken out, and it's no more guessing, and it's all about getting funded. I hate denial.
One of the quotes, I'm pretty sure you read my book, right?
Yeah.
The 3 paths of lending. And I think one of the quotes that I started up on there is, if you want to impress someone, you make it complicated. If you want to help someone, you keep it simple. And I think that's one of the approaches that we've taken in Pennington Consulting Group. Even when I wrote the 3 paths of lending, I was looking at the lending landscape, and they have all these banks using big words and it was just making things so complicated. You had, even with the FICO scoring algorithm. So what do you think, if you can share with people, with especially the lessons that you've learned with Broker Solution Academy, how have we simplified the process from you understanding it and being able to relay the information to your clients?
Man, this could be all day, but I'm gonna sum it up with one thing. When I first started in Broker Solutions, I have a daughter. Well, I have all girls. It's all women at my house. Contrary to Brian, he has all boys. I have all women. I was cursed. I was a player. So I put my 7th grade daughter in front of Broker Solution Academy, and I don't even really want her to go to college now. You know what I mean? Like, she understood it because it was broken down into layman's terms for her. Now, if she can get it, but you got to remember, she gets all A's in school. But at the end of the day, she's only in the 8th grade. She's never been exposed to credit. She was able to. She's actually, my assistant that'll help me if I needed to put somebody through funding. She knows exactly how to do it, all because of the Broker Solutions Academy and because it being dumped down.
Okay. Got it. Now, let's talk about some of the tools that I've introduced and that we have at Broker Solutions Academy, because one of the things that I had to kind of figure out is, how can we streamline the pre-approval process of a client? We've introduced things. I'm pretty sure you know about the CCP. Tell me a little bit about the CCP. What can you tell the audience about the CCP? Have you ever seen such a tool used in the industry, and how do you utilize the CCP on a day-to-day basis?
Man, I can't live without that. I mean, it just takes all the guessing work out of everything. If you can input, it's called data entry. If you can input the data, everything else spits out for you. You know what I mean? And it just takes the guesswork out. You no longer, and it's state specific. And if that's what you mean, some people can only deal with clients in their state. I've been blessed enough to deal with clients all over, only because it's a different funding map for different states and different area codes. Period. So when you are able to just, as long as you can data entry, you can make a lot of money and you can get a lot of clients funded and help a lot of people reach their goals.
Have you ever seen such a tool in the industry, like the client?
Man, listen. I've worked with some of the biggest companies from, you know, United Wholesale Mortgage to, you know, to honestly answer your question, no, I've never seen nothing like that. And then to find out that little old Brian made something up like this, it really just blew my mind, you know?
Little old Brian. I don't know if I should take
little old Brian. Man, take it how you want to take it. I'm making money all because of little old Brian. How about that?
Okay. So real quick, how has this transformed your career as far as your business on the business side? And how has this knowledge and just being able to have this knowledge when it comes to funding transformed your personal side with some of the things that you've done?
Man, just, you know, being organized. That was my biggest thing in life, period, you know, was being organized. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things that I didn't touch on. You know, you really showed me, and inside of Broker Solutions Academy, it shows you how to organize it. I mean, you take the guesswork out. If you look at it, we have an engine that'll help you market to go get. You don't even have to go get clients. You know, it markets. It's a marketing tool. It's a funneling tool. It's everything all in one. And you know, me, I grew up on word of mouth. Once you get somebody funded, you know, you got a client forever. You know, I like the fact that these clients can be repeat clients. I mean, I get tired. I mean, I'm not gonna say I get tired of them, but I've got clients that come back to me every 90 days to get funded. Mm-hmm. Some clients come back every 6 months, and that's the key for the whole thing. The system shows us how to not only handle our clients, but and future clients, but how to show them how to become repeat clients as well. You know what I mean? Like, and it's not that they're messing up. It's just that they need more. So you don't know what you need until you need it in business. So I got a client. Case in point, I got a client 100,000, but they came back and they needed another 100,000. It was even easier the second time. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's the part that's key for me.
What I've realized, and the approach that I've taken, of course, as you've seen with some of my courses, I focus on trying to help the brokers build a long-term relationship with their clients. Because again, business owners are constantly in need of funding. And I've taken that approach because I've realized most quote unquote business loan brokers, they have this, what I call the hookup mentality when it comes to their client, especially this merchant cash advance people. They don't really care about the long-term relationship. They just care about that commission they're going to get and they're going to move forward. They don't care about placing a specific product that's actually going to help their client reach their funding goal. It's all about take this, because that's all they're offering. And as you can see, we try to focus on the long-term approach with the way that we do things. We try to focus on actually providing a funding product that is helping that client's particular situation. So, you know, the long-term approach is really important to me as it pertains to, you know, just making sure that you're staying around. It's not about taking advantage of the client and just making, you know, commission. Is offering something, you know, to them that's going to be, you know, helpful with what they need, but also sticking around and making sure that with all their consulting needs. That's one thing I really appreciate about the kind of the model that you've taken into this with the coaching aspect of it, because that is focused on long term. You know, it's not a one-time thing. They're going to be around for a while. You know, as you said. So, but anyway.
Who comes to my my mentorship? Clients that I've got funded years ago. Those are the people that's being a mentor now, because I'm not saying that they misused their funds, but at the end of the day, they just needed more of me. You know what I mean? They constantly want more of me, and it's because I'm putting myself out there. I'm following the blueprint. What do people say? They you know, follow the play, run the play. No, I'm following the blueprint that it was set out in front of us, and that's how you. And that's the thing. I love new clients. Don't get me wrong. But I hold on to my babies, my clients, because they're coming back, man. They got to come back to see me, you know, because they love me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any final thoughts that you want to share?
Listen, well, I mean, all of my clients right now, they're probably going to see this maybe eventually, and you know, this is where I got it from. My whole thing is, if you're not in Broker Solution Academy, if you don't have a product from either Pennington Consultants or the Broker Solution Academy, you need to get in there. You need to get in there immediately. It's a life-changing experience. If you really want to find a career that'll take you to the next level and just to keep you going, and because this is the ever-changing business. This business changed, and every time I go into something new, I notice that our material was updated to cater to that every time. And you won't know that unless you got experience like I am, you know. But at the end of the day, I just love the fact that, you know, we got a system. I'm gonna tell you right now, the system that I'm using, and I still use it today. The system that I learned how to use from Broker Solution Academy is I'm gonna use this forever, and I still haven't never seen nothing like this. This is gonna keep you organized. It's gonna have everything in place. The funny story though, Brian, real quick, and I'll leave you guys with this. You know what I do for a living? I sell money. You know, I sell money. You know, and that's the lamest term that I can put it on. I sell money for a living, and people they love it. They love my product.
Yeah, I always tell people it's the easiest thing to sell next to drugs.
It's better than drugs because you got it's better than drugs.
Because we all need it. It doesn't matter who you are. We all need money. Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate everything that you did for me, man, and everything that you're gonna do, because we're not done. We're not done. And not only is Brian, I look at him as a partner, as you know, we even coach each other in life instances and everything, man. We've been through a lot, and we're gonna keep going further, man. And here's to the top. I wish we could cheers to the top. You know,
Cheers.
Here we go.
There you go. We got a little water cup. There you go. And I want to mention that as well. You know, this one of the things that I've done is to eventually create a community-centered type of environment. You know, one of the things that you just mentioned, I used to always put you on game. Hey, look what I learned here. Look at this tactic on how to get items off the credit report. And just recently, we had a call where you put me on game on a few different things that you learned as well, to kind of just help me out as well. You know, what I've done is, and I think it's really perfect with you especially, is to create this mindset of thinking as it pertains to lending. You know, how we approach it is completely different. How we look at these lenders is completely different. And how creative financing is here to stay. You know, this is something that started post 2008 when lenders basically just stopped lending as a whole. And we've seen how it's taken over the lending industry. You know, with even products specifically focused just on creative financing. You know, we started back in the day with Lending Club. A lot of people don't even realize how companies like Lending Club prosper. Peer-to-peer lending started, and banks kind of have taken notice of stuff like that. Merchant cash advance. This is something that was started post 08 when lenders didn't want to lend. You know, now you got all the venture capital companies that are huge, making a ton of money with such products. So alternative lending is here to stay. I really appreciate your time. I really do. Thank you so much, and definitely looking forward to working with you long term. Any final words before I let you go?
Man, hey, what else can I say, man? I mean, if anybody, you know, if you're looking for something, if you're looking for a career, something to do, man, this industry will keep you busy. So if you don't want to be busy, don't do this. Don't do this at all, especially on a Monday. Huh, Brian? It's 4 o'clock, and we're able to get on the call today at 4 o'clock. But man, this business is great, man. It changed my life. It changed my children's life. I'm a grandfather now because of this, man. I just want to thank you, man, and I owe it all to you. And I'll keep propping you. I'll keep bigging you up every time I see you, man. And I appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for your time again, and I'll talk to you soon. By the way, if you don't know, this video is brought to you by Pennington Consulting Group, where we always say our goal is to help you reach your goals. So if you're looking for some funding, if you're a business, if you're looking to start, grow, or even expand your business or in need of some funding, you want to go ahead and click the link in the description below and visit us at Pennington Consulting Group. In addition to that, if you're looking to start your own business loan agency, this program is also brought to you by Broker Solutions Academy. And what we do is we help loan brokers and understand and simplify the various funding products that are available in the marketplace so they can properly serve their clients, stop the endless confusion and self-defeating pointless rat race they're currently in, and grow their business while maximizing profits by teaching them how to become a real business loan broker, not just a glorified referral partner. So definitely there's going to be a link in the description. We've worked all year long to really package this program, and it's the most comprehensive loan broker training there is. Guaranteed you're going to be successful, especially if you're going to be having me as your coach. Okay, so definitely want to check the links in the description. In addition to that, if you're interested in some of our media services, we offer YouTube editing services. I have my team. You see how great these videos are. Come on. Okay, you look at our website. If you look,
Look how good those websites are. And look at your website, okay? So if you're interested in having us work on your website, if you're interested in having us work on your YouTube, or even get your social media game just right, you want to go ahead and reach out to us. There's going to be a link in the description on how we can partner up together to help you grow your social media presence, your web presence, so you can position yourself for success, as I always say. So anyway,